America, land of the gas guzzler, where they just love their big, thirsty V8 engines. But in 1975, it looked like their days were numbered when the worldwide oil crisis meant the Yanks had to pay more than a bag of pretzels for a tank of fuel. So the American Motor Corporation came up with an alternative they felt sure would clean up. A small hatchback with an economical engine, the AMC Pacer. Unfortunately, the reality behind this cutesy little motor didn't quite work out as planned. The Pacer was specifically designed for a new, clean and frugal rotary engine, but this turned out to be dirty and very thirsty. So AMC hastily re-engineered the car to squeeze in a much more bulky 3.8-litre six-cylinder unit. The big engine did a mere 18 miles per gallon, which for a self-build economic car was pretty fatal. Performance wasn't a strong point either, the dash to 60 taking 14 seconds before giving up the ghost at 105. Now, between you and I would not like to be in this car at that speed because even though you're a driver, you do feel like a passenger. And if you hadn't opted for the power brakes, stopping this thing will split your thighs.
Introducing the AMC Pacer, the first wide small car.
Never mind the quality, feel the width. The Pacer's most striking feature is its huge girth compared to the relatively short length.
I didn't know it was that wide.
The idea was to have the high manoeuvrability of a short wheelbase whilst offering a spacious interior, and to be fair, it really works. Another wacky idea is this door, which is wider than the one on the driver's side so that children can stumble straight onto the pavement with minimal squeezing. Now, this is all fine and dandy in the US, but rather lethal when they converted it to right-hand drive. It fared even worse abroad than it did in the States, but everyone was scared off by the radical egg-shaped design. It soon became known as the upside-down bathtub. There are some redeeming features, though. Let me think. Ah, yes, the ride is like a magic carpet for such a small car, and you can hear nothing but the thumping beat of the engine. All this glass gives the cabin a really lovely airy feel, but it makes air conditioning an absolute must, which knackers the fuel consumption. Pretty soon, word got around about its litany of faults. The electrics were temperamental and the steering prone to seizing. Combined with overall build problems, this meant that within 2 years, sales of the hatchback started to fall at an alarming rate. So AMC began to promote their larger, more conventional estate.
Pacer wagon for 1978. This year, more than ever, Pacer represents superior value.
The late 70s Pacers featured an even thirstier 4.2 straight 6 and a V8. And when the second oil crisis hit in '79, the Pacers' days were numbered. It still had its supporters. Stunt supremo Evel Knievel, country star Conway Twitty, yes, really, and Bridget Bardot all owned them. And when it was featured in the Wayne's World movie as the Mirthmobile, it found a whole new bunch of fans.
You get fun reaction everywhere you go, anybody that sees it.
People grin when they see that Pacer. They love it. They put thumbs up and they grin.
I thought it was a real chick magnet.
I married my husband for the Pacer.
The worst thing is, I guess, that someday it'll wear out.
The Pacer stopped beating in 1980, and as its unique platform couldn't be adapted for other models, the expensive tooling had to be dumped. 8 years later, AMC was taken over by Chrysler. Since then, the Pacer's quirky short bonnet design has become more popular with modern cars, and the back end looks suspiciously similar to the rear of Porsche's 928. And who knows, if Chrysler made the rather nondescript neon look like this, then the Pacer perhaps would have the last laugh.